Right, thanks everybody for coming today, especially the Marines, and most importantly, Bryce. Wouldn't mean nothing if you didn't show up today. A few months ago, through some mutual friends, they knew my deep interest in the USS Liberty incident, and they got me a interview on my podcast with Mr. Lockwood. Sitting across from him and hearing him tell the story and seeing the pain on his face when he relived that day, I'll never forget it. Hearing how our government abandoned these men in the time they needed them most, it triggered something in me that I can't fully put into words. And a few days later, after the interview, I submitted a request to Governor Kehoe's office for an official proclamation recognizing June 8th as USS Liberty Remembrance Day. And on March 12th, 2026, the proclamation was signed. Today we make history as the first time in Missouri where a governor has acknowledged a remembrance for the USS Liberty. And it's been the first time in over 3 decades in the country. So today is a bittersweet moment. It is bitter because we shouldn't need this ceremony at all. The attack on the USS Liberty should never have happened. Many were threatened with silence, court-martial, and even imprisonment if they spoke about what happened that day. They were told just to forget about it and move on. But today is also profoundly sweet because Missouri is finally doing what they should have been doing decades ago. The USS Liberty is finally receiving the recognition they have always deserved, and in my opinion, this is a very historic milestone. It begins a long overdue work of remembering the ship, the crew, and the truth. It has been said in the aftermath of the attack, some in power dismissed the loss of American lives as a little more than a political inconvenience. But the American people never forget. There are millions of us who carry a deep love for the America that refuses to abandon their own. When I'm out in public and I'm wearing my USS Liberty hat and I'm met with thumbs up, handshakes, mostly from the youth, it's hard not to get emotional. It tells me the memory is alive. It tells me the sacrifice of the Liberty and her crew will not be buried. Mr. Lockwood, your name and your service are honored in this proclamation. But more than that, your actions on that day stand as a living testament to courage under fire. While the ship burned and flooded around you, you risked everything to pull your shipmates out. You earned the Silver Star for that. And you have carried the weight of that day for 59 years. On behalf of every man who served on the USS Liberty, and especially on behalf of the 34 who never made it home, I ask you to accept this proclamation and let us speak their names with honor they are due. Charlie. As you guys bear witness, I'm about to read each name of the service member who was killed on the Liberty, and will be greeted with a salute from veteran Charlie Guthrie. William Allenball. Philip Armstrong Jr. Gary Blanchard. Alan Blue. Francis Brown. Ronnie Campbell. Jerry Converse. Robert Eisenberg. Jerry Goss. Curtis Graves. Lawrence Hayden. Warren Hersey. Alan Higgins. Carl Hoare. Richard King Jr. James Lanau. Raymond Lynn. James Lupton. Dwayne Margriff. David Marlborough. Anthony Mendel, Carl Nygren, Jack Raper, James Pierce, Edward Raymeyer III, David Skolak, John Smith Jr., Melvin Smith, John Spiker, Alexander Thompson Jr., Thomas Thornton, Felipe Tietke, Stephen Toth, and Frederick Walton. Thank you, Charlie. These were not just names on a list. They were sons, brothers, husbands, and fathers. They answer the call to serve their country. They deserve better than silence. This is not the end of the story. It is only the beginning. Missouri has taken the first step, and we will not stop until June 8th is remembered every year in this state, until the full truth is known, and until the crew of the USS Liberty takes its rightful place in the history of American service and sacrifice. Now, it's with great honor I call upon Gunnery Sergeant Sherman to come forward, read the proclamation, and formally present it to Mr. Bryce Lockwood on behalf of the Governor and the people of Missouri.
State of Missouri Proclamation by the Governor. Whereas on June 8, 1967, during the Six-Day War, the USS Liberty, a United States Navy technical research ship, was attacked in international waters, resulting in the deaths of 34 American crew members and the wounding of 171 others, including acts of extraordinary heroism amid overwhelming odds. And whereas among the survivors is Missouri resident Bryce Lockwood, a retired U.S. Marine gunnery sergeant from the Stratford-Springfield area in the Ozarks, who endured the attack as the only Marine to survive and has since shared his first-hand account to honor his fallen shipmates and preserve the memory of their sacrifice. And whereas the courage and losses of the USS Liberty crew reflect the broader service, valor, and sacrifices of Missouri's veterans and service members, many of whom hail from our communities and have faced similar challenges in defense of our nation, and whereas Missouri proudly upholds a tradition of commemorating military history and honoring those who have served through annual observances such as Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, Korean War Veterans Day, Prisoners of War Missing in Action Recognition Day, and other veteran-focused proclamations, ensuring that stories of heroism and sacrifice are remembered across our state. And whereas designating June 8th as USS Liberty Remembrance Day in Missouri would foster greater public awareness and education among Missourians about this significant historical event, pay tribute to survivors like Mr. Lockwood and the families of the fallen who reside or have ties in our state, and reinforce Missouri's commitment to respecting and remembering all who have served with honor. Now, therefore, I, Mike Kehoe, Governor of the State of Missouri, do hereby proclaim June 8, 2026 to be USS Liberty Remembrance Day in Missouri. In testimony whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the Great Seal of the State of Missouri in the city of Jefferson this 12th day of May, 2026. Signed, Michael Kehoe, Governor.
Because the United States Congress and the administration of President Lyndon Baines Johnson did nothing about the attack on the USS Liberty 59 years ago, Israel realized they could do whatever they wanted. The administration would do nothing. U.S. Congress would do nothing. Indeed, our U.S. Congress has provided the bombs that have destroyed the Gaza Strip and killed 70,000 people, entirely in rubble. It's time we paid attention, folks. It's time we paid attention. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for making your appearance and allowing us to celebrate the remembrance and hopefully a step in the right direction on this day. We're gonna stand by for some pictures. Feel free to hang around, have conversations as you see fit. But thank you very much for being here today.
Born down in a dead man's town. First kick I took was when I hit the ground. You end up like a dog that's been beat too much, till you spend half your life just to cover it up. And I'm